Hello, this is Pottery Year 2, Cinderella's Revenge. This is a combination coil slab and a freeform style project. So this is a non-wheel, it's hand building. It takes, the purpose of it is to take what you learned in year one when it comes to your slab building project you did, your coil building project, and then your freeform, head bust project, and try to bring it all together into one piece. Okay. This is not a unusual project. You might think it is, but it's a pretty popular project in middle schools and in high schools. And it's a kind of theme that artists also like to kind of delve into. So we're going to kind of look at a couple things, but you need to come up with a theme for your project, and it should be approximately the size of your shoe. It says no smaller, but if you have like large feet. I don't want you making like a 12-foot thing. I'm looking at, around probably like around 12 foot, 12 inches, around like 10 inches long. But it really kind of depends, because if you do like a high heel, that's something to consider. So maybe your longest span, your longest span on your shoe is like at least 10 inches. But if you have this fun design that goes up, that's fine. I don't want you making these baby shoes kind of thing, because I want something, relatively large, or realistic, might be a better way of saying it. And I just want you to play around with it. So here's a few pictures, but I do want you to kind of research this online a little bit and see how other people have solved it. You can even get on Artsonia. I did, and I saw students' work that's on there. And I feel like at your level, you should be doing a lot better than what I saw on there. So no pressure on that. But the stuff on there wasn't like amazing, like some of this stuff is. So theme ideas, animal, that top right one there, it's a giraffe, but it's not just the technique, but also like the heel, itself was like a leg. That says abstract, just kind of randomness, kind of thing, maybe sports related, or club related. You could do, a vehicle. How could you apply, like a military tank, to a shoe, and what would that shoe base be? Would it be like a sneaker? Would it still be a high heel? Would it be like a flip flop? And do be careful on choosing flip flops, because there just isn't much there to work with. So if you don't have enough there to work with, then I can't give you enough for a good grade. So be super careful about what you choose, because sometimes people like to say, well, I'm going to do a flip flop. That's really easy. Well, it is, but you're so limited on what you can do. You can't meet the learning targets to get that B or that A that you probably want on the project. Okay, so high heels are usually the way to go, just because they're very elegant in terms of design. But I've seen a couple sneakers that were done well. It's kind of however you want to play it out. Artists, we have that bottom right one, which is the Van Gogh, and that's fun because of the way they used, the coil building techniques on the top, and how even with Starry Night, on how that has a lot of that coil in there. Looking off to the left, this is a nature one, with the bird, the nest is inside the heel, and they figured out a way to, wrap, large thick coils and then free form leaves that are on there. And I'm sure that bottom of that heel was a slab. That's how you kind of get your slab in there. You do have to find ways to support this, because clay is soft when you start using it. And it'll collapse on you. So you have to figure out, what do we have in the art room here, or what do I need to cut out of wood to create that arch so it doesn't collapse on me. So you got to kind of figure those things out. Steampunk, is kind of an interesting one, where you incorporate technology in with that, whatever design you have. This one up here is a theme of bees, because they made all these little sculptural insect, bee things, and then the honeycomb, pattern or design, is on that. And with that design is like you want to find things that you can press into clay to create these textures. You don't want to be able to carve in each one of those individual things. And it's very possible the artist had something that they even was able to roll, onto it, to kind of get that technique. In terms of other ideas, I want to pull up this right here, and you could actually, we call it Cinderella's Revenge because of this book. that I found, and I have this, so you can kind of ask me for that. This one's kind of made out, it looks like wine bottles, on the front. So this is just artists playing around with different ways that they want to incorporate, different material, not just clay, but a lot of material in order to create a shoe as the base of their expression. So a lot of fun things. This one here, as you can see, I typed in clay shoe art. And there are some fun designs, and you can go super realistic. Like this one right here is an amazing shoe. Even getting down to the point where the laces are clay. But if you want to, you can come up with ways that you can incorporate non-clay stuff into your design. So if you just want to create those eyelets, I think they're called, and then when you're all done with it, it's all been underglazed. You can go back in and add that component if you wanted to. Come down here. This one here is more of a not a flip flop. What do they call those? Loafers, I think. And then made a mouth out of the front of it there. A little more elegant with the ballerina shoe. Come down here, and then I wanted to click on, which one was kind of cool? This one's kind of cool over here. It says unfinished clay project. Let's look at that one real quick. And this is one that I kind of did a long time ago. That's not mine, but I did something like that, where it's just a real tall high heel shoe with something kind of wrapped around there. And again, when you click on that, you can see other ones that are in there as well. Here's one. And this is actually on your sheet, in terms of how they incorporated, landscape here with the hills, in the shoe. You even think of that nursery rhyme. So when you click on those, you can see them, but then you can come down here and see some of the extra ones that are there. There was a Pinterest one on here that I thought was really cool. I think it was this one. It was not. But there's a lot of designs out there. And again, it's not that you're going to copy this, because as the artist, I think this was it. Then I clicked on it, went to Pinterest because I found this clay shoes, and then that's awesome. Right there, I was using the octopus tentacles, and the fish theme there, flower theme. I had a student one time do a piano theme on there, fish. There's just so many different things. And at your level, I understand that you might want to still copy stuff, but I do want you to try to be original. So find ways that you can look at things for inspiration, but also think about things that you like. For example, like Mr. Ludlam and I, we both like Star Wars. So how could I come up with a Star Wars themed high heel shoe? What would that look like? And then come up with some sketches, and then kind of start your project as you're ready for it. So in terms of coloring this, we're going to use the underglaze. So you do have to use white clay, so your colors pop out well. And then you're going to paint them with that underglaze, and then we'll fire it again, and then you'll be all done with it. So other than that, just pay attention to the grading, quality, coil slab, built frame form construction, meet all requirements. It's interesting, unique, clearly follows the theme, same old stuff that we normally talk about in class. So other than that, good luck on the project, and let me know if you have any questions.